What's up, good people? It's your boy Hoom Boom, and this is the Hold Up Show. Happy Sunday to everybody. Hope you are having a blessed and beautiful day. Hope you got up today to show thankfulness and gratitude and are progressing, or at least making plans to progress your day one step further to your dreams and aspirations and your goals. I just wanted to tap in with everybody today, spread some love. No, I ain't been on in a while. Just been doing my normal 1-2, setting my intentions for where I want to go in life and laying out the things that I want to do. Paying attention to the signs, synchronicities, and following the guidance of my guardian angels and ancestors, and just relying on them to, point me in the right directions, you know what I mean, and to trust my wisdom and trust where I'm being led and trust my free will of the thoughts and the knowledge that he has bestowed upon me through life experiences. And just want to continue on this healing journey and to help those that are traveling on this healing journey with me, even in their own way. I'm not expecting my life to be like your life, when I speak on things that are pertaining through experiences that I've went through and felt through my journey. When you're a kid, you have ideas of what life would be like in your 20s and what life would be like in your 30s and what life would be like in your 40s, or at least you had an idea of how you wanted your life to be or wanted your life to go through each of those stages. And once you start to walk that journey and you start to learn as you mature or as you experience things and from interactions with people, that the journey has its own story, and a lot of times it might not pertain to your story or how you envisioned it, but then again, those might have been the earlier tests of your faith on your vision to see if you can hold that vibration through some rough patches while the universe is conforming to your new identity and conforming to your new state of being and your new way of thinking, because you shape your reality. You shape your reality. You shape every crevice of your world. And sometimes, being a parent and me hearing other parents, I hear them say that they have to sacrifice their life for their kids because it's not about them, it's about the children, or it's about me taking care of my elderly parents, or it's about me cultivating this relationship and all of these things, right? And that is the reality that you make it to be. If you believe that statement and you believe that's how it should go, then that's how it will play out for you, because that's the way that you made it. If you look at it in a perspective as you want your children to see you in a position to be having to sacrifice, that is a mentality of lack, because you shouldn't have to sacrifice anything. You're already full of abundance if you live under the grace of God and under the divine creator's path. You will be full of abundance, so you won't have to sacrifice your life for your kids. Then your kids will be able to see you thrive and flourish in life without having to be in the theme of sacrificing, which is a state of lack, not a state of abundance. So I don't think you should have to sacrifice your life for your kids. But I am not here to judge anyone. I look at it as that is the reality that you created. That is the reality that you envisioned for yourself when you put yourself in a predicament or in a circumstance that made you feel that that is now the way that you need to shape your reality. Damn, somebody ain't want me to say that. Somebody ain't want me to say that. Somebody ain't want me to say that. But the reason I hopped on here today is because I wanted to talk about escaping the prison I created. Because when I look back on my life and the way that I set it up and I chose to live, I purposely, unconsciously created my own prison. I put myself in a cage unknowingly. I unknowingly had people speaking for me in manners because I was in my cage, so to say. So the cage that I created, this energetic prison, so to say, had people or had environments thinking that certain individuals that got to play in my energy prison or my energy confinement in certain ways or certain sectors that I gave them access to, that they were allowed to speak or be insightful into my energy field and what it pertains and what it's like. And also it gave a perception of closed offness and aloofness and some sort of superiority mentality complex, or like that I think I'm better than individuals, or certain individuals that I can't mingle in their energy or mingle in their uh, environment, so to say, or you know, and that is something I created unknowingly, unconsciously, trying to figure out the best way to go about applying myself to go after the things that people in my current environments, and even the ones who had access to limited fields of my energy prison, so to say, it they never went after or tried to achieve some of the things that I was trying to achieve. So, and me trying to figure that out, I went into somewhat of a hermit mode, you know. And then I started to assess things, right? And as I started to assess things on an asset and liability type of term, when it came down to the last few people that I had in my energy that had some sort of access to my energy field, in reality, if it wasn't for just the genuine love that I have for certain individuals, they wouldn't fit the criteria to remain to have access to that energy field. But I was being emotional and going off of some sort of nostalgia and some sort of false debt that I felt that I owed, that was just pure fiction. Because energetically and universal karma, I didn't owe these motherfuckers anything, or these individuals anything. That means anyone that was around or was given access to the energetic confinement that I put myself in, sort of say. And then on the other side of looking at this sort of prison that I made for myself, because the reason I call it a prison is because I got comfortable in a certain chaos that I knew was an illusion. And playing or being comfortable in the chaos of this energetic prison that I put myself in, it also, over time helps you to see other things. You know what I'm saying? Like the illusion reveals other illusions that you otherwise wouldn't have the time or awareness to dig into. And in the midst of me limiting the access that I was given to individuals in my energetic confinement, and also maybe them to me, maybe they felt as though it was time to cut me out of their energy as well, you know, because that was just their decision. That it just revealed other things. And God made sure that it's fine, you've been putting your head down long enough, building this foundation in yourself, because you tried to give others your vision that wasn't their sight, that you thought if you lead by example, or if you just get your respect through actions of what you're saying to validate your position and your perspective on how to succeed, or try to succeed, or at least put yourself in a position to have the opportunity to succeed, the illusion starts revealing the other illusions, but you were too busy building this foundation. And then God said, hey, the foundation is sturdy enough, but I and my angels and your ancestors, we cannot bless you in this environment. We cannot bless you living as illusions. So once I realized I created my own energetic prison, my own energetic confinement, that's when I started to backtrack my steps to uncage myself from things that no longer serve me, regardless of whatever nostalgia or fictional karmic debt that I thought I owed that was going on. Like, because when you look up and you stop living illusions, you realize you're no longer that person, and you are no longer capable to play in that illusion, to play on that level no more. It's like you wouldn't buy a PlayStation 5 and go out and buy all PlayStation 3 and 2 games. No, you're going to buy PlayStation 5 games because that's the level you're on. You know what I'm saying? Like, so once you realize that, you have to backtrack your steps to realize how you got in this energetic prison. How did you create this? And where you need to do reconstruction, renovations, upgrades, things of that nature. You know? Find out where the false walls is at in your foundation and knock them down and make that area into something else that's a productive space, if not for anything, for your energy and your mental clarity and your inner peace. That peace. Because you can very easily put yourself or have yourself start to get comfortable in chaos if that starts to become your weekly or even daily routine of having to engage in certain energies and environments that at the end of the day you'll recognize spiritually and in your soul that they are not serving the purpose of why you're here. They're more of a distraction than a asset. They're a liability to the end all be all goal of you're already living in abundance, and you just need to unlock where God has the abundance, or the divine creator has the abundance waiting for you, and that these certain energies or your certain behaviors or your certain hobbies are blocking, and it could be blocking a certain chakra in your system, whether it be your mind, your third eye, your throat, your heart, your solar plexus, your your root, your just all your chakras. There's so many. I don't even know them all. Like, I'm still learning, But you can feel when those certain things start to reopen in you, and you start to feel that energy flow through you differently, and things become more clear to you on how to not put yourself back in such an energetic confinement that'll later become your own self-made energetic prison, moving in the manner that you do. Because if you are not happy with your life, no one is going to change it for you. Only you can change it within till it reflects without. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just wanted to come share that with people. It was something that was on my heart. And I guess, my throat chakra felt as though it needed to be said. And it's still like, sometimes I feel like hopefully there are a lot of people on this healing journey with me. Hopefully there are a lot of people that understand and relate and gotten to a point in their life where they're starting to understand that the inner peace and happiness is the longevity and is the real goal here. Yes, we need all this 3D physical shit to survive. Yes, we need to make the money. Yes, we need to take care of the family. Yes, we need to provide and protect. Yes, we need to do all the cliche shit that y'all like to say nowadays that represents plain old traditional values that everyone should by now know. Just kind of goes without saying. But in the spirit and in the soul, I pray we can reach others not to put themselves in any circumstance until they are energetically and spiritually prepared. It's like such a unspoken or unspecified discussion that never happens. At least I know spirituality was never discussed in any black household that I've been into. And if it was discussed amongst those family or family members, I mean, I wasn't privy to those private conversations, nor should I have been, but I'm just saying through my experience of life, spirituality is something that's barely discussed. Religion is discussed, but even that's discussed on such a broad level that they don't even really dig deep into spiritual examples displayed in church with the talking of the tongues or catching the Holy Spirit and things of that nature, right? That is not even fully explained. You mean to just tell me they just got up out of nowhere and just started wooing and feet start to moving faster than, Jerry Rice going for a curl route, and all of a sudden they just pass out in such a perfect manner that they don't hit anything. They don't hit any other pew, anything, none of the base of anything, don't even hit the floor hard. But the discussion of what actually happened there, is never discussed. It's almost like, shh, she's in the, shh, they're in the spirit. You can't talk right now. Just let them be. It's like, man, you gotta tell me what the hell just happened. I need a discussion on that. I need a discussion on why the pastor is gonna sit there and tell you fall over. I'm gonna push your head over. Say I had to force the Lord into that one. Like, damn, he had to force him into me. All right, I'm gonna just fall for you next time. I'll just give you what you want, so you don't mug me so hard. I don't make it look like the Lord played you or nothing, Oh, man. But I just, I want us to start having these discussions because spiritually you might not be right. That's why certain men might go bald earlier in their age. You know what I'm saying? They'll say it's the stress. They'll say it's but you gotta think, young brothers, old brothers, that you put yourself in a circumstance to make your spirit react, get to a point that it had to react that way towards you to let you know, something is a prison for you and it's killing you, because you can't tell me that the spirit ain't important, because people kill themselves from depression. You don't think that got something to do with the spirit? You think that wouldn't start with you having to rewire your spirit to get out of that? think there's something physically you can just go do? You think there's some mental exercise, playing chess or some shit that you could just do to get out of depression? Or does that have to do with something spiritually that you have to solve about yourself that was killing yourself? I need to know. My nigga, you ain't like, I believe, because let us say this, they say in the Bible, because don't quote me, I don't know, but you know what I'm saying, because I'm not a Bible scholar, but I remember things that I hear from so-called Bible scholars, you know, people who went around long enough saying that they're Bible scholars that people are starting to accredit them to be Bible scholars. So when I pay attention to what they say, and they say our vessels are built to live 120 years. But why do a lot of us look like we went through 2/3 of that in over 30 years? Right? You just get into the first third of the cycle when you hit 40. Why do you look like you're in the 80 part of the cycle? You supposed to go 120. That's what the vessel was built for. So why are we only making it the men? Why are we only averaging 55, 60? Why is the women averaging 80, 85? Most people like to say it's just the things we consume and the way that we keep our vessels operational with exercise or physical hobbies. You know, what's the new thing everyone's playing now? Pickleball. You know what I mean? Or whatever you do. Walk the park, walk the track, walk your neighborhood, jog, whatever you do. Handball, hacky sack, whatever it is you do, right? But there's another component to it. If you ain't happy while engaging in any of these things, if your fucking spirit ain't right in your soul, if you ain't happy with the life you're living, you're not going to reach the goal. Because clearly, in my own personal opinion, through personal experience and growth, that spirit is the most important component of whatever you trying to do there. When you see certain old individuals that are out here vibrant, you see that they have a youthfulness about them. You see that their spirit is all the way on deck. Therefore, they also have a vibrant vessel that still looks healthy and in tune with the universe. And I'm pretty sure they ain't abusing it with certain lifestyles on a daily basis. I just don't think that's the case. I just don't think that's the case. I just don't think that's the case. So, spirit, people, spirit. Get your chakras in alignment. Get out of the prison, energetic confinement that you put yourself in. If you are not happy about something, you have to change it. And that requires you to retrace your steps, find where your energy is being knocked off, what is knocking off your energy, and change it. I'm not saying get up the next day and change it. You have to set your intentions and do something to start to change that reality that you created. Once you do that, the universe will hear you. It will start to align with you. Don't say it won't. You see it all the time. The latest post I just seen, a 69-year-old lady became an RN because obviously she got to a point in her world that she wanted to change her reality, and she started to make good intentional moves to accomplish that goal, and the universe probably started to bless her with opportunities to be able to accomplish that. You think she waited that long to turn 69 to become an RN and then die or something, like, or lay down? And no, I'm pretty sure her spirit, her soul is energetically been revived to go another 20 years to do what she wants, what she loves now, what she feels her purpose. You know what I'm saying? So I hope this helped someone on your healing journey, because it helps me. You know what I mean? It helps me. End of the day, you know, I'm shoring up my foundation. I'm setting my energetic intentions to the universe. Because I love the Creator. He loves me. He saved me. Told me go this way. You wasted enough time that way. So I'm trying to hopefully help you in your journey see where you had enough going some way, so you can go the way you should be going. And so, you know, people think that by saying that it automatically says go be a nun, go be a priest, go be a whatever. It's like, no. It's everything with good intentions, moderation, health, and wealth, with an abundant mentality. Good intention mentality. Heart pure, mind clear. You know? But it's your boy Home Boom. This is the Hold Up Show. Love is love. Hashtag he saved me. Hashtag faith. Hashtag create your own motion. Peace. Salute.